Hi, in this video, I will discuss about how we can utilize the slicer to filter data on pivot table and pivot charts. So I have already discussed about what is the pivot table and how we can utilize the pivot to summarize the data. Now I'm just taking slicer on pivot data. So here I'm taking data set. So I just copy that data set into new Excel. So I have copied this data, Control N, paste here. So I have pasted data into new Excel. Now what I have to do here, I need to create a pivot table. So I have already told you to take a pivot table, you have to use the shortcut. Alt D P is a shortcut to take pivot table. Click on next, and here I have already selected the data, so you are getting same range. Click on next and click on finish to take pivot table on new sheets. Click on finish. Now you can see here I'm getting data into new sheet. So I want to show here region wise cells. So what I have to do here, I need to take region into row. So you are getting list of the region, and now I'm taking product category as a column. So here if I take product category as a column, you can see here this is the uh, data. Product category data is showing in horizontal order. Now you have to decide the calculation on which column you have to take calculation. So I want to take sales into view values. So this is the value. This is also called data. Okay. So now you are getting data into this way. So here you are getting data on the basis of region, on the basis of product category. But here I'm getting grand total, and here I'm also getting grand total. So you have to remove the grand total. So you have to go to design. You have to click on grand total of, here I'm uh, removing the grand total. See here, grand total is not reflecting. So what you have to do here, I will insert a new slicer. So how we can insert the new slicer? You have to go to option, and here you need to go to insert slicer option. Click on insert slicer. Now here you have a lot of field header here. So here you have to decide on the basis of which value you need to take slicer. I want to take slicer on uh, ship mode or any other things like uh, product category, ship date. So here I'm taking slicer on ship date. Click on OK. Now you can see here on the basis of date you are getting slicer. If I want to pick the date, so you can see here Ontario has this particular cells. Okay, Ontario has this particular sales on 2nd of January, but I don't want to take here date slicer. I'm just removing it, and here I want to remove the product category, and product category need to take in slicer. So you have to put your pointer on pivot table, go to option, and you have to click on insert slicer, insert slicer. Now here I want to take slicer on product category. So here is product category. Click on OK. Now you can see here I'm just looking the product category as a slicer. If I click on furniture, then you can see here you are getting list of the region and sales for furniture. If I click on technology, you can see here I'm getting sales for technology on the basis of region. If you want to select the sales for furniture and technology, you have to press control key and click on furniture and leave the control key. You can see here now you are getting sales for furniture and technology. uh, Here you are getting uh, furniture and technology sales, and if you want to remove the slicer, you have to click on this cross button. So after crossing, you have removed the slicer. Okay, now you are getting sales for all the product category and all the regions. Okay, so this is the slicer on the basis of single column product category. Now I want to take slicer on another column also. So here I will take slicer on another column. So you have to put your pointer on pivot table, and now here I will take slicer on customer segment. Here I'm taking slicer on customer segment, but as of now customer segments are here, but I don't want to take customer segments here. So here what I have to do, here I will take slicer on shipping mode. So shipping mode, ship mode, ship mode. This is a ship mode. So I'm not taking slicer on ship mode. So you have to go to option, and here you need to take slicer on ship mode. So you have to click on slicer, insert slicer, and here you need to use ship mode. Now you are taking another slicer. So you have to arrange the slicer here. Now, if you want to see the sales value of furniture and say on the basis of regular air, which is shipped by regular air. So here I'm clicking on regular air. Okay. So I have applied the filter on furniture and regular air on ship mode. So this is a way to utilize the slicer to filter out the data into pivot table. If you want to filter the data on pivot table and charts, so you can see here how we can do it. So I'm just removing it and deleting it, and here I'm just removing this pivot table. Control A, delete. Now I will create another pivot table. Alt DP. Now next, and here you need to select the data from sheet 1. I'm just selecting entire data. Done. Enter. Now you have to take enter. Okay. Now what you have to do, you need to take here, uh, here I want to take order date. Okay. Order date here I have taken. Now I want to take here sales and profit. So here I'm taking sales and profit. So here is profit. Okay. So now you have to convert this value into first you need to group this. So here I will group, right click, and date wise data I'm looking here, but I want to take this data on the basis of month and year. So you need to apply the group. So you have to put your pointer on date, then you have to click on group selection, and here you need to use month and year. So I have taken here, click on OK. Now you can see here you are getting data on the basis of month and year. So you have to take this report into tabular form. As of now, this is not in tabular form. Now click on OK. Now you can see here your data is in correct representations of data. Now what you have to do, you need to take, I'm just removing the year. Uh, Here I don't want to take month, so I just want to remove this. So here you have to go to option, ungroup here, and now you have to group only year. On the basis of year you have to group. Click on OK. Now you are getting data on the basis of, here I will take slicer on chart. So I will convert this data into chart. So click on pivot chart. You have to take any chart. Now this data is converted into chart also. So what you have to do here, so here you can filter this chart data through this slicer also. So here is, I want to take only three charts: 2010, 11, and 12. Click on OK. Now you are getting value for 3 years. Here is data and here is pivot charts. So this is the way to take slicer on pivot table and pivot chart. So that's all for this video. I will come up with new topic of pivot table, which will be little bit advanced. Thank you so much.